I don't have videos today for us to start off with. Instead, I have pictures. But they always say that a picture can tell 1,000 words. But I want to warn you before I show you these pictures. You may not enjoy the words that some of these pictures tell because, well, frankly, they're gross. So I remind you that some things cannot be unseen. Once you see them, they will forever be ingrained in your brain. And I'm telling you this ahead of time so that you can look away if this is not your sort of thing. If it is, then please watch. Let's start easy. How about that? Okay, that should definitely not exist. That is an abomination. That really wasn't that bad, right? Trust me, they get worse. Worse like this. I don't even know what that is, but they do say everything tastes good when deep fried. Hmm. That's enough food for now, right? Okay, let's jump to something else. Ah, I see what you said. Jump to something else. There's probably not too much jumping going on with those feet, right? I think you need a grinder to cut those nails. Well, while the grinder's out, maybe you want to fix these as well? Ah, I warned you that you might not want to look. That's what I told you in the very beginning. And now I save the worst for last. You have to be the bravest of the brave for this one, okay? This one will scorch your brain. You will be forever changed. Are you sure you want to see this? Okay, you asked for it. Yep, that is a hot dog infused jello mold. Oh, I warned you. I warned you, but at least you have a good idea for the next potluck dinner. Please don't bring that. Why do I start this time off by exploring some things that can't be unseen? Well, because I had one of those moments this week. I had a moment this week where I saw something that I could not unsee. And honestly, it wasn't a pleasant experience. You know, this week we had Ignite Youth Group, and it was Pastor Mark's turn to lead the lesson. And he put something up on the screen during the lesson that hit me like a ton of bricks. It said this: the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. You know, I just sat there for a moment staring at the screen after he put this up. And then I thought, he's a jerk. Yes, he is. Absolutely, he is. Do you know what the fruit of the Spirit are? You know, we did a vacation Bible school on the fruit of the Spirit not that long ago. I preached on the fruit of the Spirit, well, almost a year to the day today. I know the fruit of the Spirit, but somehow repeatedly I seem to continue to forget that I'm supposed to be living them out. You know what I mean? I forget that I'm supposed to be increasing in these things every day of my life. You're going to pick up a theme in this sermon today. So just give in right now and say it with me. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Don't believe me that we're supposed to be pursuing these? In John 15, verse 1, John chapter 15, verse 1, Jesus says this: I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be ever more fruitful. If you are a Christian, if you truly love Jesus, then you should be bearing fruit. What fruit? Well, why not just say it with me? The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Look at that list. I mean, seriously, take a minute and look at that list. And then tell me that list doesn't hit you like a ton of bricks. Tell me that you are great at all of those things that you find on that list. Tell me that your life sometimes doesn't feel like you're the exact opposite to the fruit of the Spirit. Look at that list. And do you know what I have a hard time doing when I look at it? I have a hard time deciding which of those things I am the worst at. And that's the God's honest truth. Which one convicts you the most? Are you loving? Or sometimes could you really care less? Are you joyful? Or are you the kind of person that sees the bad in everything? Are you peaceful? Or do you like to start trouble? Are you patient? Or are things never quick enough for you? And those are just the first 4. How you doing so far? We've still got 5 more to go. You remember all the fruit, don't you? The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Are you kind? Or are you kind of mean? Are you filled with goodness? Or do you have a mean streak in you? Are you faithful? Or does your faith waver? Are you gentle? Or are you like a bull in a china shop? Do you have self-control? Or are you out of control a lot of times? Are you convicted yet? If you aren't, then you are living a life of denial. Or you've zoned out and aren't really listening. Why is it so important that we see this fruit growing in our lives? Well, because this should be a natural growth that comes from living in Jesus. This should be something that happens naturally, even at times when you're not trying to put effort into it. John 15:5, Jesus says, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. Yeah, and here's the thing, folks. You don't just get to pick 1 or 2 of the fruit and grow in those things. You see, that is definitely what we like to do, isn't it? I'm good with joy, so I don't have to be patient and gentle. Know what I'm saying? Or, I've got love, so somebody else can worry about self-control. That's not my thing. Now that's not the way that it works. This isn't a buffet bar where you get to pick and choose which fruit you would like. This is a package deal, folks. This is a God-made fruit salad that you either eat or you toss on the ground. These fruit, they come as one. And these fruit are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Let me ask you, is it hitting you like a ton of bricks yet? So, share with me, what excuses do you have for me? Which ones? Well, it's just the way I am, Pastor. Or, I'm just set in my ways. Or, I'm pretty good at some of them. You getting the picture? Or, at least I'm better than he is. Nope, a lot of DQs there. See, where the heart is willing, it will find 1,000 ways. But where it is unwilling, it will find 1,000 excuses. I read that in a fortune cookie. Also, my lucky numbers are 73 and 16. Folks, we need more fruit. We need all the fruit. Matthew 7:18 says this: a good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus, by their fruit, You will recognize them. What are you being recognized for right now? When people see you, what do they see? Is it your good fruit that they're seeing you for? Is it your not so good fruit that they identify you by? See, only one of those pathways leads to Jesus. Do you know which fruit leads to Jesus? I bet you do. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Stare at that list. Which one are you going to work on first? Which one is the Holy Spirit convicting you of the most? And here's the thing. If you're not sure, ask somebody that loves you enough to tell you the truth, and they can tell you which one of them you should start with. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. You getting it yet? You feeling convicted yet? Once again, I know I've got some work to do. How about you? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Take care. God bless. Hope to see you soon.